sleeping at a graveyard for almost a year now. Story time. When my husband and I were engaged, we were doing so well for ourselves, but just like many couples, we made the irrational decision of throwing a big wedding that was way outside our budget. This left us broke and in so much debt that we couldn't pay off even after a year past our wedding. Our financial situation became so bad that it started to dawn onto our marriage. We tried to get some microfinance loans to start businesses, but everything was just a failure and life started to frustrate us. But my husband, being the man of the house, decided to come up with a solution that was very irrational. My husband came up with two solutions that were very lucrative. The first one was either he becomes gay and men would pay him off, or I become an S-worker and men would pay me off. Honestly, I was so upset with him for even thinking that far. After he noticed that I was giving him a cold shoulder after his suggestion, he told me either I come up with a solution myself, since I equally want to be taken care of, or we should go ahead with his solutions. I don't know how we got here, but the solution that made more sense for both of us was that I should start to prostitute. Basically be a side chick to married men and they would pay me off with so much money. Day one was very scary, but by now I feel so normal prostituting. It feels like nothing at all. And just like my husband promised, this has not affected our marriage, our intimate life. Everything has stayed the same despite my job. Of course everything would stay the same. I mean, I've had days where I made $1,000 in just one night. Now obviously with those figures I'm making bank, so we have managed to up our lives, go into a better house, buy vehicles, and we have since started a business that is really thriving. Now with this life you'd think, why am I not quitting? Firstly, we don't trust that the income would be stable enough from our business, so it was very necessary that I continue with my job. Now here's where the problem starts. Now on weekends, if you're into prostitution or you're a side chick, you know that weekends are probably the best days because then you have clients, things will be going so well for you because there's just market. Now this one weekend was different because a regular client of mine who will call Mr. Zach and I had planned to go on a date and thereafter would have a sleepover. Now everything was going as planned. Mr. Zach paid for my hair, I went to do my makeup, everything was just going so well. He had already paid me the money for that night even before we had the night, until it was finally time to go to the hotel and have our sleepover. We got to the hotel and everything was going fine. We did what we had to do for whatever reasons I was paid for, and then now it was finally time to sleep when everything weird started to happen. Now just a disclaimer here, I do not sleepwalk, I never have, but on this one day, instead of me waking up in the hotel that I had spent with Mr. Zach, I woke up just by the wayside of a graveyard. Now you would think I would wake up in the morning when cars are passing, maybe they would make some noise that would wake me up. But no, I woke up in the middle of the night. It was exactly at 02:54.